The first scream came from the ranger station. Cal was cleaning a trout by the river when it cut through the trees, sharp, sudden, wrong. Birds erupted from the canopy. Moments later, the radio burst into chaos. People attacking, biting. Don't come back. By dusk, 6 strangers huddled at Pine Hollow Camp. Cal, a former park ranger. Rowan, a paramedic on leave. Micah and his younger sister, June. Beck, a soft-spoken mechanic. And Nora, a college student still trembling from shock. Their world didn't end in fire or sirens. It ended in silence, broken only by a distant glow beyond the mountains. When the first corpse wandered from the tree-lined jaw slack, eyes empty, Rowan buried an axe in its skull. No one said a word afterward. They didn't need to. By winter, the dead were everywhere. The infection outran the broadcasts. The rules came quickly. Destroy the brain. Avoid night travel, and fear quiet more than noise. June stopped sleeping. They talk, she whispered, when they think you can't hear them. Micah never let go of her hand, ignoring the heat in her skin, Rowan noticed. She stayed silent. When June turned, it happened in seconds. Micah froze. Beck pulled the trigger. That night, Micah walked into the forest without his rifle. He never came back. By spring, only 4 remained. Time lost meaning. They followed rivers, abandoned trails, and smoke they never trusted. Nora learned to hunt. Cal learned how not to hope. Rowan learned that saving lives meant making impossible choices. Beck became their shield, steady, ruthless when needed. Until a migrating horde forced them into a narrow ravine. Beck stayed behind with a single grenade. "Keep moving," he said. "I'm done running." The blast shook the mountains. They didn't turn around. 3 survivors. They found an old fire lookout overlooking the valley high. Remote, safe enough. For the first time in years, they settled. Rowan began coughing that winter. Red stained the snow. She knew before Cal admitted it. On her last night, she squeezed his hand. "You gave us time. That matters." By dawn, she was still. Cal buried her beneath the tower. The ground frozen solid. Nora stood watch. Eyes hard, rifle steady. The dead still wander below, slower now, but never thinning. Cal is gray-haired, bones becoming stiff with age, but she never lets the fire go out. Nora guards the tower, teaching a young boy how to aim, how to breathe, how to survive. The child isn't hers, but he's alive. At night, they tell him stories of the world before. And sometimes, when the wind moves just right, the wilderness falls quiet again. Not safe, but just quiet enough to hear the dead, moaning through the tree line. There may never be a world where the dead no longer walk, like the old world. But that won't stop the survivors of the world from staying alive, even after all these years. It is a continuous fight that has become commonplace, and the old world has become a blur, a memory, and that's that.